Northwest jockey James Prouty rode a juvenile winner late in the 1964 Longacres meeting and knew this was a horse with potential. Was he ever right? The horse was Travel Orb, and today he enters the Washington Thoroughbred Hall of Fame. Prouty's agent was Ralph Snowden, and Snowden's wife Darlene was the daughter of Floyd and Jesse Hughes of Renton. The Hughes operated Renton Clothing for decades and were interested in horse ownership. Jesse Hughes pushed for a deal, and breeder-owner Robert Summers took the fair price of $2,500 for the colt. Prouty suggested wintering Travel Orb with trainer George Dimmick in Madras, Oregon. When it was time for Portland Meadows in 1965, Dimmick took half ownership of the horse in exchange for boarding and training fees. To this day, Floyd Hughes Jr. will tell you that was a heck of a good deal for Dimmick. Reports from Dimmick in Oregon were promising.
George Dimmick Bud Dimmick was a very excellent, good old horseman, and very, very sound. And when he worked with horses, he sometimes didn't have the best horse to work with or the chance. And he was to me, he was quite one that I respected, because he sometimes had roguey horses or tough horses that he would straighten out and get to running.
Travel Orb was soon known to be much better than your average horse. He won 3 allowance races and a handicap at the Portland meeting. Moving to Longacres, the Hughes family could watch from their own box seats, and Nub Norton took over training duties. The improving 3-year-old rattled off 6 straight wins in that summer of '65 at Longacres. Often seemingly out of a race, he'd rally in spectacular fashion. The Travel Orb entourage came to Longacres 3 straight Sundays that August, and their horse accomplished a feat that was astounding for any era. August 8th, from well off the pace in the Spokane Handicap to win in a photo. August 15th, trying older horses, including mighty sprinter Lacknack, he beat them all at 8-1 in the Governor's Handicap. August 22nd, back against 3-year-olds in the Longacres Derby. He took the top sophomore prize by a half length. The year ended with 10 wins in 16 starts and status of top horse in the Pacific Northwest. How would 1965 be topped? Just leave it to Travel Orb. Spokane native John White has lived in California for over 30 years and has always been a fan of Travel Orb.
Following his success in the Northwest, Travel Orb was sent to trainer Leonard Dorfman in Southern California. Many years later, Dorfman told me that when Travel Orb was sent to him, he didn't know much about the horse other than he had a good record in the Northwest. Dorfman said one morning at Santa Anita, a guy showed up at his barn and introduced himself. "Hi, I'm Jay Woodward of the Racing Form," Woodward said to Dorfman. Woodward then said, "You have the best horse on the grounds in your barn." "I do," Dorfman said. "I didn't know they sent Native Diver over to my barn last night." "No, not Native Diver," Woodward said. "You have Travel Orb in your barn. Travel Orb is the best horse on the grounds, not Native Diver." Dorfman told me that at first he thought this Jay Woodward character must be some sort of nut to say Travel Orb was better than Native Diver.
Ralph Snowden felt Travel Orb would have won a Santa Anita allowance race in March if desired jockey Joe Bays would have ridden, but Bays was committed elsewhere. A weekday feature race triumph in Hollywood Park gave the Travel Orb camp confidence. The horse always had it.
Into the stretch. It's Wits Pride in front by a head. Travel Orb is second on the outside by 3/4 of a length. Carpenter's Rule third. Maker's Mark and Start Talking. Now it's Travel Orb in front, drawing out. Travel Orb, Wits Pride, Carpenter's Rule, and Start Talking. Travel Orb, Wits Pride, Carpenter's Rule, and Travel Orb is the winner by 2.5 lengths.
He earned a shot at the rich and prestigious Californian on June 6, 1966. He was 20-1 on the morning line against a star-studded field that included Calbred superstar Native Diver.
And here comes Travel Orb on the outside. It's Make Money in front. Travel Orb is second. Sledge on the rail. Lesharko and Gammon. Now it's Travel Orb on the outside and Make Money. Travel Orb, Make Money, and Sledge. Travel Orb, Make Money, and Sledge. And Travel Orb is the winner by 3/4 of a length.
The Washington bred had triumphed in front of 50,000 fans and won the coveted Californian Trophy. Travel Orb's richest previous first prize had been $5,500. The Californian earned him $75,100, a new record for a Washington bred. Great feats weren't finished, though. He again beat native diver in the American Handicap on the 4th of July.
Travel Orb beat mighty native diver not once, but twice at Hollywood Park in 1966. When Travel Orb rose to stardom in the Northwest, Jay Woodward once wrote in the racing form, quote, "A truly fine racehorse needs speed, stamina, and to be durable. Travel Orb has them all."
Travel Orb didn't lose any luster when finishing third to native diver in the Hollywood Gold Cup. After all, native diver amassed an incredible total of 34 career stakes wins. Travel Orb's career would continue with victories in 2 more seasons, including a stakes win at Bay Meadows. In retirement, there was a legend ceremony at Longacres in 1983. Jockey James Prouty was right all along. The young colt definitely had promise. After a career of thrilling stakes wins and record earnings, Travel Orb has raced right into the Washington Thoroughbred Hall of Fame.